Welcome to Perfect Guardian, and I'll tell you about the Puranas, the friendly Hindu treatises from ancient India. The Puranas are the ancient Hindu texts eulogizing various deities of the Hindu pantheon through divine stories. The multiple scriptures known by the name of Puranas can be categorized under the same class as the Itihasas or histories, the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, and is believed to have been derived from the same religious system as the epics that were the best products of the mytho-heroic stage of Hindu belief. Now, what are the origin of the Puranas? Although the Puranas share some of the traits of the great epics, they belong to a later period and provide a more definite and connected representation of the mythological fictions and the historical traditions. They offer characteristic peculiarities of a more modern description in the paramount importance which they assign to individual divinities in the variety of the rites and observances addressed to them, and in the invention of new legends illustrative of the lore and graciousness of those deities. Now I'll tell you about the 5 characteristics of the Puranas. According to Swami Sivananda, the Puranas can be identified by Pancha Lakshana, or 5 characteristics they possess: history, cosmology, often with various symbolic illustrations of philosophical principles, secondary creations, genealogy of kings, and of Manvantaras of the period of Manu's rule, consisting of 71 celestial Yugas or 306.72 million years. All the Puranas belong to class of Suhrit Samitihas or friendly treatises, markedly offering an authority from the Vedas, which are called the Prabhu Samitihas or the commanding treatises. Now, what was the purpose of Puranas? The Purana have the essence of the Vedas and written to popularize the thoughts contained in the Vedas. They are meant not for the scholars but for the ordinary people who could hardly fathom the high philosophy of the Vedas. The aim of the Purana is to impress upon the minds of the masses the teaching of the Vedas and to generate in them God, to generate in them to the devotion to God through concrete examples, myths, stories, legends, lives of saints, kings and great men, allegories and chronicles of great historical events. Ancient sages used these images to illustrate the eternal principle of the belief system that came to be known as Hinduism. The Puranas helped the priests to hold religious discourses in temples and on banks of holy rivers, and people love to hear these stories. These texts are not only replete with information of all kinds but also very interesting to read. In this sense, the Puranas play a pivotal role in Hindu theology and cosmogony. Now, the form and the author of the Puranas. The Puranas are mainly written in the form of a dialogue in which one narrator relates a story in reply to the unique inquiries of the another. The primary narrator of the Puranas in Rohamsrana, a disciple of Vyasa, whose primary task is to communicate what he learned from his preceptor, as he had heard it from other sages. Vyasa here is not to be confused with the renowned sage Vyasa, but a generic title of a compiler, which in most Purana is Krishna Dvaipayana, the son of great sage Parashara and the teacher of the Vedas. Now there are 18 major Puranas and an equal number of subsidiary Puranas or Up-Puranas and many Sthala or regional Puranas. Of the 18 major texts, 6 are Sattvic Puranas glorifying Vishnu, 6 are Rajasic and glorifying Brahma, and 6 are Tamasic and they glorifying Shiva. They are categorized serially how I am going to tell you. Vishnu Purana, Naradiya Purana, Bhagavad Purana, Garuda Purana, Padma Purana, Brahma Purana, Vara Purana, then Brahmanda Purana, Brahma Vaivarta Purana, Markandeya Purana, Bhavishya Purana, Vamana Purana, Matsya Purana, Kurma Purana, Linga Purana, Shiva Purana, Askanda Purana and Agni Purana. Foremost among the many Puranas are the Srimad Bhagavata Purana and the Vishnu Purana. In popularity, they follow the same order. A portion of the Markandeya Purana is well known to all Hindus as Chandi or Devi Mahatmya. Worship of God as the Divine Mother is its theme. Chandi is read widely by the Hindus on sacred days and Navratri. In the Shiv Purana, quite predictably, Shiva is eulogized over Vishnu, who is sometimes shown in poor light. In the Vishnu Purana, the obvious happens. Vishnu is highly glorified over Shiva, who is often disparaged. Despite the apparent disparity depicted in these Puranas, Shiva and Vishnu are thought to be one and the part of the trinity of Hindu theology. Shiva and Vishnu, under one or other form, are almost sole objects that claim the homage of the Hindus in the Puranas. Departing from the domestic and elementary ritual of the Vedas and exhibiting a sectoral fervor and exclusiveness. They are no longer authorities for Hindu belief as a whole. They are special guides for separate and sometimes conflicting branches of it, compiled for the evident purpose of promoting the preferential, or in some cases the sole worship of Vishnu or of Shiva. So thank you. Please subscribe to my channel Perfect Guardian and give your comments.